Welcome to my channel, it's your boy Rabbit back with another video, and in today's video I got a Demolition tier list for you. I'm going to be ranking them between S tier, which is top tier, above average, average, below average, and sucks. If you disagree where I put any of the rogues on this tier list, leave a comment down below in the comments and tell me where you think the rogue should be and why you think the rogue should be there instead of where I put it. But with all that being said, don't forget the like button on this video and consider subscribing. I'm going to be uploading a lot more rogue content again like I used to. With all that being said, I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and let's get straight into this video. Okay, for the first rogue in this tier list, we're going to be going over Anvil. Anvil right now is in a pretty good state where I don't think he's overpowered or underpowered really, but I would still put him in the above average spot now because he has 2 shields. Because with the 2 shields, he can still put one down really early and like block off a lane, but then he can also probably use the other shield for a retake later in the round. Because Anvil is all about retaking the site or getting a plant down on attack as well. But I will be putting him in above average because I don't think he's a top tier rogue. I don't think he's an average rogue. I think he's just a bit above average now because he has 2 shields. Plus he has a C4 and he has trophies, which he can use to eat stuff. And if people get too close, he can C4 them if he's sitting behind his shield. But yes, I'm going to be putting him in the above average tier as the first rogue on the tier list. Okay, for the next rogue, we got Cannon. In my opinion, Cannon is the worst rogue in the game currently. He just can't do nothing. He sucks at everything. His minigun's kind of useless because it's so loud. He has C4, that's okay. I think he has stims as his other one. His stims are okay as well. But he just doesn't have really good... He just doesn't fit the game at all with his machine gun. I don't even know what they could do to fix him without making him overpowered because he's just underperforming in every possible way. He has like one of the worst passes in the game because it really doesn't do nothing to help his ult out at all. His ult, yes, hits hard when it does, but you can hear him coming from a mile away because he's just super loud whenever he has his ult out. I guess they could quiet it, but who wants to hear a quiet minigun because it doesn't really make sense. But yes, I'm going to be putting him as our first rogue in sucks. Okay, for our next rogue, we got Chaac. Chaac is a weird one for me because he hasn't got nerfed or anything, but he's just not good anymore with the current meta of this game. He used to be a very good top tier, what's called rogue in this game, but he's fallen behind so much. I don't know what they could really do to make him better. I haven't really thought about him, but I don't think he's an average rogue. I feel like he's going to be a below average rogue because, yes, he has flashes, he has sticky nades. Those are very okay gadgets to have because sticky nades are one of the best explosives in this game, but flashes suck right now. Flashes are just the easiest thing to avoid. They really don't help anymore. They're kind of bugged. Sometimes it says they're flash when they're not flash. Sometimes you don't even get flashed whenever they actually land on your feet. So that one's tough. His ult, yes, he gets 175 health. I think when they patched the bug where he can't cancel his animation, it's kind of when he fell behind just a tiny bit. But there's some things they could probably do to make him better. He has some of the best perks in this game. It's just, like I said, he's not a bad rogue. He's just falling behind the meta. They just need to give him a little boost to get him back up on his feet, and he'll be back up to average and above average. But for now, he's going to be our first rogue in below average. Okay, for the next rogue, we have is Dahlia. Dahlia, I feel like, is in a perfect state right now where she's not over or underpowered. Yeah, yes, she's probably one of the most picked healers, but ever since Saint got a buff and now has the 10k res, he has been using a lot more than her on certain maps, but she still is the primary, what's called, healer in this game. I don't think like I said, I don't think she's overpowered. She's only over, what's called, average. She's only above average to top tier, depending on who she's linked to. Like, if she's linked to a trench, she's easily above average to a top tier rogue. Only certain links make her above average to top tier. But currently, I think she's an average rogue because I don't think the healers in this game are overpowered. I think they're at a perfect state where they're at right now, and I don't think they need buffs. But I think I'm going to be putting her in average tier. Like, she can have 2 smokes. If she links to Trench, she can have 3, which still make her above average, like I said. But yes, I'm going to be keeping her in the average tier. Okay, for the next rogue we have is Dallas. Dallas is a must pick pretty much on every map. He's probably the highest pick rate in this game because he's just that good. He can do everything. He can play for the flank. He has padded with the. He can use his padded to play for the flank with his snap. He has a molly. He can pretty much do everything right now. He has the best pistol in the game. He can have the Sahara, which is pretty good. There's no way you can put him above or average. He has to be a top tier rogue in this game. He's literally used on every map. He literally is a must pick in comp. There's just nothing he can't do. His only weaknesses is he really doesn't have any weaknesses. Ever since they gave him stems, he has just been like a tank, and literally you can't stop him. He's just always there, and as a must pick. I feel like if they took his stems back away, he would be a little bit lower. But for right now, he's our first top tier rogue, and he's probably, in my opinion, the best rogue in this game right now, probably other than Kestral. Okay, for our next rogue we have is Dima. Dima is also another weird one that I have because they've buffed him so many times, but he's just still not really that good of a rogue. I feel like with the recent stuff they've done, it's made him a lot better, but overall, I still think he is a bad rogue. Yes, he is. The only thing he really has going for him is, yes, he can use his explosives to reveal people and stuff, but it's nice that he has EMPs because there's not very many EP rogues in this game, and there needs to be more. But overall, he's just not a good rogue right now. They just need to do something like really big to make him a good rogue. Currently, he's going to be our second rogue in the sucks tier because he just can't get it together and is really not a good rogue right now. Like, yeah, some maps, I think his only good map right now is High Castle because you can really use his thing to back out the back wall. Other than that, he's not really good on any other maps. But yeah, he's just going to be in the sucks tier because he's not very good at all. Okay, for the next rogue, we have Glitch. Glitch is probably one of the best flankers / stealth characters we have in this game whenever he uses his pad and padded steps. He's just untouchable. Like, he's a must pick in, like, always in rank. He's a must pick in comp to play for the flank. I feel like he's probably one of the most banned characters probably for comp and rank because people just don't want to play against him. On certain maps, he's just annoying to deal with. I'm going to be putting him in S tier because that's currently where he's at. But he also has sticky nades and flashes, which sticky nades are the best nades in the game, like I said before. Or Stimtexes. I'm going to call them Stimtexes. That's what they're called. And flashes, which I said flashes aren't very good in the game right now at all. But yes, currently he's a top tier rogue. Okay, for the next rogue we got is Glimpse. Glimpse is the newest rogue into Rogue Company, and she's a different rogue because she can go invisible. Glimpse was a hard one for me. I don't know where to really put her because we haven't really seen any action from her in comp at all. And in rank, she's literally annoying to play against. So that's the reason I haven't put her in top tier, but I will be putting her in above average since I have not seen her in comp yet, and she might be horrible in comp, but okay in rank. Because you just need team comms to know where she's at all times. She can go invisible. She can literally crouch around and go invisible completely. You lose sight of her easily whenever... If you lose her for an instant and she goes invisible, you're just not going to be able to find her unless you can somehow reveal her or hear the direction she's in. Her passive confuses me because it doesn't always work. I think the enemy has to move for it to work, or you have to move for it to work, because you can be standing still and it will just not what's called ping them for some reason. Then somehow you get flanked or shot in the back and it didn't ping them. Even if they're like 5-10 meters away. I don't know if it's like broken or I'm just confused about how it works. But I think she's an above average rogue. For her perks, she has padded, which I don't think she should have padded because since she's not fully invisible whenever she is in her alt walking with padded, I don't think there's a point for her to have padded. They just need to stop giving rogues padded because there's no reason for it. But yeah, I'm just going to be putting her above average because she's definitely not an average to a bad rogue. She's in a good state right now. She might be even broken the more people learn how to play against it. The more people learn how to play her. But for now, I'm going to be keeping her in above average. And next, we have Kestral, the most broken rogue in Rogue Company. And they just buffed her again for no reason, even though she's broken. There was no reason to give her a buff whenever she's the #1 rogue in this game. And probably the most picked rogue in this game because she's a must pick in comp at all times. She's the most pick in rank at all times. There's barely any games you don't see that both teams having a Kestral unless she's banned off. She has the most broken and most untalented called alt in the game because it takes no talent to be able to get a kill with Kestral alts. She has bounce nades, which probably hand downs the most broken gadget you can have in this game. All around, she has probably the cheapest perk lineup in the game other than Runway. This is cheap to be able to buy her whole kit. The only thing that sucks about it is she does have resupply, and resupply is the most useless thing. That's the only thing she has not good for her. She has ARs, which is the best class in the game. The Riptide isn't that good anymore, but you have Weapon Mastery, you can just have a Sahara. But she's still the best rogue in this game just because of her ult and for her passive, which gives her more money for every down her gets. Kestral is an S tier rogue. You guys can't tell me she's not the best rogue in this game currently. The second closest will probably be Dallas, maybe Ronin, because Ronin does have probably the most broken passive in the game, but isn't the most broken character. But yes, I will be putting Kestral S tier as the #1 rogue in this game. Okay, for the next rogue, we have Lancer. Lancer is also another odd one where I don't know where to put her because she's not very good anymore in demo. After they nerfed her and took it where she couldn't be revealed when she's in her ult anymore, she has not been a good demo character at all. I feel like if they gave that back to her, she would be good again, but she would be too good again, if that makes sense. She was easily a top 5 rogue in this game when she had the reveal perk inside of her ult, but since they took that away, she's just not good anymore. But she's still, I wouldn't say a sucks rogue, but I'm going to be putting her in below average. And same with Chaac because the meta just pretty much put them both down because the meta's changed so much that they're just not in it anymore. Like, she has smokes and stickies nades, which are two of the best things you can have in this game. She has padded and stalker together that can be deadly. That helps her out a lot still. But I just don't. She doesn't really bring anything to the table anymore in demo. She's only used on certain maps, but there's just still better rogues than her above. But I'm gonna be putting her below average. Like I said, she could definitely be back up to average to above average if they put the reveal thing back into her ult. But until then, she's gonna be at below average. Okay, for Mack. Mack is another odd one where he just doesn't fit into the style of demo. Like, he's one of the best rogues in King of the Hill, but for demo, he just doesn't fit. He's just not a bad rogue, he's just not a good rogue at all. But I'm still going to be putting him in sucks because he's just not built for demo at all. Like, his ult just does not work like it should in demo. I don't know what they could do to help him out at all. He has trophies, which help a lot. He has a explosive. I think it's either a C4 or a nade. I can't remember off the top of my head. He has some of the best he has like a good perk lineup for being a tank. He has a very good passive, which is the reason he's so good in King of the Hill. But for demo, his passive is okay. It just doesn't work that well as it would in other modes. A demo rogue, I'm going to be putting him in sucks because he just doesn't really bring anything to the table. Okay, for the next rogue we have is Phantom. Phantom is also another odd one, like I've been saying, where I don't think she's a bad rogue. She's just not good. There's so many other rogues that are better than her. For her playstyle, being a sniper and being able to reveal with her ult, she does everything that she's supposed to be able to do, but it's just doesn't fit the current meta of what's called Rogue Company. I don't know what they could do to buff her. One buff I said is where if ever she throws her ult down, it should stay there either longer or imagine if it stayed there the whole game. Like, it just constantly stayed there. Sniping in Rogue Company is probably the easiest sniping you can do in any other game. It takes no skill really at all to be able to snipe in Rogue. But I don't think she is an average rogue. I'm going to be putting her below average because, like I said, she doesn't really fit the meta of Rogue Company. So I'm going to be keeping her in below average. Okay, for the next rogue, we have Ronin. Ronin is one of the best rogues in this game, strictly because of her passive. Her passive literally makes, like, most rogues in this game obsolete, like Dallas and Seeker and all them literally can't reveal her, so playing against a Ronin whenever you have them is kind of useless because you're just never going to know where they're at. She's the most pick whenever she's available in comp and rank, but she's mostly always banned in comp. Rank, you never really ban her because everyone's just banning, like, usual Umbra or Switchblade because they don't want to deal with her, and she's always on the table and everybody picks her. But whenever they took nimble hands away from her, it kind of, I wouldn't say, it didn't really slow her down at all. Yes, it sucks that I can't reload faster. Yeah, it sucks I can't throw her dart faster or pull it out faster. But I still don't think that hurt her at all. Yes, it was pretty nice that they did that because sometimes gave her a little bit of a clutch where she can't throw out her knife as fast. But she's still in top tier, S tier rogue because she's one of the most picked rogues in comp, like I said, and rank. And she still has the most broken passive in this game. Like I said, she's one of the closest rogues, other than Dallas, probably to being on Kestral's level. but I'm going to be putting her S tier. Okay, for the next rogue, we have Grandma, aka Runway. Runway changed the game a lot whenever she came out, because she can have 2 primaries, which is kind of a little bit broken. She can also give you a suitcase, which will give your util bag, which is kind of broken too. She has a sniper. She can have a sniper and an AR. Also, she can have padded steps, which puts her on a even higher. Because as you're noticing, most of the rogues that are at the very top all have padded, because padded is just broken in this game. She has the cheapest perk lineup in this game total. I think you can buy like the first 5 perks are like on her under 5k or under, which are literally cheap. She has a sticky nade, which a sticky nade whenever you're a sniper is kind of broken as well. She has claymores, which the claymores are annoying. Claymores should not be in this game, but I see that they fit in the game, but claymores are just annoying. For her having the passive where she can have 2 primaries, she has a case where she can drop stuff. I'm also going to be putting her in S tier, and I'm pretty sure she's going to be my final rogue in S tier, because these are the best 5 rogues in this game. There's no other rogues can really be on her level at all. Maybe other than Glimpse. Glimpse could 100% be top tier. For Runway, I'm going to be leaving her in S tier as our final rogue in S tier. Okay, for the next rogue, we have Saint. Saint has come a long way to probably being... He could technically probably be the best healer in this game now after they gave him the 10k healing perk. He's probably used on more maps now than Dahlia, other than people just wanting to use her link. I feel like he's a lot better fit on most maps now because he has the 10k perk now. He also has a C4. He has smokes. I think he is probably on the same tier as Dahlia. He could possibly be better than her. I feel like the healers in this game are pretty... I feel like him and Dahlia are on the same tier. I don't think he's overpowered or underpowered. I feel like he's just in a good state right now. He might be even better than Dahlia now because he has the 10k perk. And because I think he's pretty much used on more maps in comp now than Dahlia is. So I'm going to be putting him on average as our second average rogue, along with Dahlia. And for the next rogue, we got my boy Seeker. For y'all don't know, I'm a Seeker main. My boy Seeker, I don't think he's definitely one of the better rogues in this game, but I don't think he's above average top tier. He's definitely an average rogue at this game, but I'm just good at him where I can just get a lot of bow kills. It's called bounce nade kills with him. He has the Sahara, which is the best AR in this game. He's probably one of the better, has probably the better reveal for being able to shoot and reveal multiple people at once, but Dallas is still a better reveal than him. He has sticky sensors, which are kind of broken, like I said, in cough, but we're not talking about cough here. But he can also just throw those on the flank in demo to be able to watch the flank. He has pretty good perks. I would say they're a little bit below average perks, but he still has good perks. I feel like his perks are more on the expensive end than other rogues. But yeah, I'm going to be putting him in average rogue. I don't think he's above average, but I also don't think he's a below average rogue. So I'm going to be keeping him in the average rogue because I think he's in a good spot right now where he's not overpowered at all or underpowered. I feel like they should keep him how he is right now, unless they want to buff him a little bit, but I think he's in a good state right now. Okay, for the next rogue up is Sigrid. Sigrid has probably seen the most buffs in rogue history for no reason because like she's not a good rogue at all play, but she's literally broken and annoying if you understand what I mean. Like the reason she can sit there and bash you and sit there and all that with her shield and it's big and you can't really shoot her anymore. Really, she's not that good of a rogue when it comes down to it. She has a stem, she has a sticky nade, but I'm going to be putting her in below average because I still don't think she's a good rogue. But she's broken and annoying if you get what I like. If you get it, you get it. Like she's probably one of the most banned rogues still in rogue because nobody wants to play against her because she's annoying. But she's not good at the game at the same time. She just doesn't fit rogue really at all. So I'm going to be putting her in below average because I don't think she could definitely be an average rogue where she's okay at the game but / broken at the same time. But she doesn't suck at the game because, like I said, she's kind of broken when she has her shield out. When she doesn't have her shield out, she's kind of useless. So I'm going to be keeping her at below average. For the next rogue we got is Scorch. Scorch is just like Chaac. They didn't nerf her or anything to make her worse. She just fell behind the meta and just is not good in the meta anymore at all. Like she has one of the best passives, probably top 3 in the game where she's immune to fire. But she's just not that good in demo anymore. Yeah, she's a good bomb planter, but there's more options you can have now to be able to get the bomb down and stuff. which will get you more kills and better opportunities than you would have on a Scorch. I don't like another one like Scorch's one. I don't know what they could do to buff her without making her broken. One thing I said is if they gave her an AR instead of a shotgun, but I feel like that would make her too broken at the game, where she can just insta kill people from distance with an AR with her ult popped. Like I said, there's nothing they can really do to her not to make her broken. Plus, she has EMP. She's one of 2 characters that have EMPs, which is pretty good. But other than that, I think she's going to be a below average rogue because I don't think she fits in the meta anymore. Like, she just fell behind the meta like Chaac did. And they didn't do nothing to hurt her. And for the next rogue, we got Switchblade, which is the most skillless rogue in Rogue Company to use. I despise anybody who's a Switchblade. It's so stupid where you can just die to the rocket and you can be doing nothing wrong. You're just dead to it because they just shoot it in your direction and hit you, and you can't escape the fire because it literally will insta-kill you no matter what. Like, you can get hit once with a pistol and the rocket comes at you, you're insta-dead. It literally takes no skill to use Switchblade at all. Like, she's probably still the most banned rogue in this game because nobody wants to deal with her. But at the same time, doesn't get used that much because she's banned all the time. But she's definitely an above average to average rogue. But I'm going to be putting her above average because, like I said, it takes no skill to get a kill for rockets. She has a bounce nade. Well, she has flashes, I'm pretty sure. Bounce nade's the best util in the game to have. Flashes are okay when they're used, but flashes are just, like I said, broken and don't work half the time, so you really don't matter. She has good perks. I would say she has pretty cheap perks as well. She has okay guns. She has an AR and an SMG she can have. But I'm going to be putting her in above average because I think she is an above average rogue. I don't think she's a top tier rogue, but she's definitely above average because of her rocket. Okay, for the next rogue we have is Talon. Okay, ever since they changed his dart to where it reveals them and the circle's smaller, he's definitely not as good as he used to be. He used to be an above average top tier rogue when he had that dart. Actually, I would not say above average. I feel like he's probably in an average state like he is right now. I'm going to be putting him in average, but I don't think his dart's that good. I like the old dart 10 times better, and there's a lot of people have said that same thing where his old dart was better. They didn't know they were on it, but you could still get the same information other than them being revealed. I don't know what they could do. I feel like they should just revert his dart to how it used to be, and people would be way happier. He has a flash and a C4. C4s they go boom. They're kind of broken. A flashes, like I said, aren't very useful anymore because they kind of broke those as well. I'm just going to be putting him in average because his dart's not very good anymore. He has a nice passive because he can suction cup anything from he could see in distance. You just bring it to him like the bomb or util or other guns. But yeah, I'm going to keep him in average because I don't think he's that good anymore because of his dart. Okay, and for the next rogue we got is Fixer. When Fixer first came out, he was the most broken rogue in the game, and he was the most broken rogue probably for 4 or 5 months until like Switchblade came out. But he's still annoying. I still believe in this, where no rogue or no character in gaming history should be able to see through smokes. Like, the point of smokes is to be there and think you're safe. There's no way you should be able to look through smokes. Plus, they nerfed him a bunch, and I felt like he was in a good state, but then they reverted all those buffs and rebuffed him to make him a juggernaut again. He's still not the best of the best rogues. He's an average rogue at least. But we're going to be putting him in above average because he's just broken. He should not be able to look through smokes at all. Oh yes, passive. He slows people. That's one of the better passives in this game. Like, because you can shoot them once and get them slowed. But also his gun, the tier, is literally broken. Literally, you can just sit there and 2-tap people easy because it takes no skill to use that sniper. Like I said, it takes no skill to snipe in this game. But I'm going to be putting him in above average because I don't think he's a top tier, because all the top tier rogues are way better than he is. Because he's definitely better than all the average rogues. So I'm going to be keeping him in above average. Okay, for the next rogue we have Trench. Trench is another one of those rogues where he's not an above average or a below average rogue. He's just like good in the state he's in, and I don't think he really needs that many changes at all. Like, he could use a little buff because he can easily be a below average rogue in demo, but for his trophies and his C4, that makes him a average rogue. Makes him be higher on the list because he has a C4 in the trophies. The thing I want to see for him is, I think whenever he puts his barbed wire down, the only way to be able to destroy it is with explosives, an EMP, or an actual melee weapon that you buy. You should not be able to punch the barbed wire. I think you should be able to not be able to punch it because it doesn't really make sense. I feel like you should have to use explosives, EMPs, or melees to be able to kill it. But like I said, I don't think he's an above. He can't be a really above average. Like, he can easily be a below average, but I'm gonna be putting him in average because I feel like he's in an okay state right now. But I think he could use a little buff to get him up a little bit on his feet. But I'm gonna be keeping him in average. Okay, and for the next rogue, we got Umbra. Umbra is just an annoying rogue all around because of his spider. Because the spider is hard to shoot sometimes. I'm pretty sure for you controller people, you don't get aim assist on it, and it's hard for you guys to shoot it. Plus, the thing can juke you out a lot, and it's annoying. It has a lot of health. I just don't see why an explosive spider should be in this game. One thing I said, I feel like they should have made him a giant EMP spider. Like, the spider goes and blows up next to your util, and it destroys it. It should not do damage to people, I don't think. Or at least not one-shot you when it blows up near you. But with his spider alone, he has to be an average to above average rogue. But I feel like he's more of an above average than average because of his other stuff, like his perks and his gadgets. He has his gun when it first came out was probably, it was the most broken gun rogue has ever had at release. Because it was like, you could 3-tap people from any direction. You can like kill somebody in like 3 shots in the head instantly because it just goes, it shoots very fast like an MXR, but it hits hard. And I think it was a 4-tap to the body, but it shot really fast, and you just go tap, 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 and you can insta-kill them. But with, like I said, his spider and everything else put together, he's definitely an above-average rogue. He could easily be an average or top-tier rogue, but I feel like these 5 up here are 10 times better than he is. So that's why I'm going to be keeping him in above average. Okay, and for the next and final rogue, we have Vi. Vi at one point in this game was probably the most picked rogue on every map for comp and stuff. But like with Chaac and Scorch, she fell behind the meta and there was just better options on the table other than her. And since they recently gave her a new passive, it's shot her up a lot where she's a lot better and she can do a lot of things better in demo. She could do a lot of things better. Like she's probably she's an easy S tier rogue in King of the Hill, but in demo, that passive made her a lot better. Like she has a Molly, which is a really good util, and plus she has tear gas, and she's the only current rogue to have tear gas after they took it away from Trench forever ago. I still think they should give it back to him, other than Claymores, because I don't think he needs Claymores. I think they should give him back his tear gas. But I think Vi could easily be an above average rogue. But I'm going to be putting her in average tier because I feel like she fits more in average. Because I still don't think she's broken at all in demo. Where I think she's in a good state where she's at in demo right now. Like she could definitely be better. Yeah, I'm going to be keeping her in average tier. Like I said, she could easily be an above average rogue. But I think she fits more in average rogue because I don't think she really has anything broken about her currently. Well, this is my demolition tier list. If you have any questions, or if you have anything you don't agree with me, let me know in the comments where you think that rogue should be. I'm also going to be doing a King of the Hill tier list, which will be out a couple days later. I have not recorded it yet. I'm probably going to record that one tomorrow, because I'm going to get this one edited and posted. But if you made it this far in the video, or you skipped to this part of the video, thank you for watching my videos, and don't forget to like it. We're on the road to 1K subs still. We're currently like 9 or 10 away from 800, which is pretty nice. So if you haven't hit the sub button yet, hit it and help us get to 800 by the end of the month. But with all that being said, I appreciate everybody who watched this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
We gon' turn the crib into a club like Hennessy and Buddha screaming thug life. Get it, baby, you know I'm the plug, right? Fucking got a feeling that it's gonna be a long night. Whoa, everything I touch turn cold. Need no introduction cause they know Brit and Mo. I hit the lotto, my motto. Roll up gelato and throttle a couple models staccato who fucking brought up the bottles. I'm gone ham, this ain't even luck, all planned. Y'all know who the fucks I am. Burning bucks, smoke bands. Always been the MO since the start of this, and now I'm on a mission like I'm Artemis. Hey.